Okay, today is, I forget what is today. Today is Tuesday, June. It's already June 2nd, 2020. And I'm with my coding student, Tanay. Tanay is, everyone starts at level none, and Tanay is already by the third month, before the beginning of the third month, Tanay is already at level 0, which is the first level in the Python Full Master System. And so this summer, hopefully, we'll get Tanay up to level 1. And that would be obviously the second level in the Python Full Master System. Okay. Okay, so today, and oh, I'm sorry, introduce yourself, Tanay.
Hi.
That's all you can say is hi? Tanay, you got to keep your face in the camera, okay? People don't want people don't want to see people's look. Would you want to see my face chopped off like this? No, nobody wants to see your face chopped off, okay? People want to engage with you, okay? Oops. Okay. You got such a big head, you know. Okay, try to get there. Okay. Okay, so to start sharing. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this week we're kind of working backwards. Tanay already has a swapping values badge and a modulus badge. So I would say they're adult level topics, coding concepts. So kind of working backwards. Now this week, I want to work on your values and variables badge. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So today, tell us what is a value?
A value is data stored inside a variable.
Okay, data is stored inside a variable. Okay. So can you tell us what kind of values we can have when we code? What kind of values can we use when we code?
You can use floats. Floats is like decimal numbers.
Decimal numbers, right? And then we have floats. We have what else? What would be the opposite? Well, not the opposite, but what if we have floats, what can also we have? Tanay, you there? Are you frozen?
Yeah.
What else? So we have floats, and then what other kind of numbers can we have?
Booleans, which is true or false.
Okay, Booleans. Okay, Booleans, they're true or false. Not numbers. What's the other kind of numbers we can have? We can have floats, and what else? Floats.
Floats, strings.
Right, strings. Strings are not numbers; they're text. But okay.
I know.
We have floats. We have strings. We have Booleans. What else can we have?
Integers.
Integers, right. So what are integers?
Integers are whole numbers.
Whole numbers. So can you give me an example of an integer?
1.
1, right. Give me an example of a float.
Example of a float?
Yeah, what would an example of float be?
1.5.
Right, so 1.5. Okay, can you give me an example of a Boolean? What would a Boolean value be?
True or false.
Well, a Boolean value can only be one value.
True.
So it's true, right? So a Boolean could be true. And then you can change it to false. Okay, can you give me an example of a string? How would we code a string in Python?
How do you code a string?
Yeah, what do we need to type to code a string in Python?
You need to first type in the variable.
Okay, don't forget about variable, just the value. So the string. How do we type
value? Double quotes, and in between it, maybe the word easy.
Yeah, something. You need something. Can you have a string with nothing inside of it?
No.
Yeah, we can't have a string. Do you know what we call that? The string that has nothing inside of it. You know what we call it?
What?
We call the empty string. Called
Is
empty
it-
string.
Are you allowed to have an empty float or integer?
Well, it wouldn't be empty. It would be just be 0.
Boolean.
Integer would be 0, and then a float would be 0.0.
What about an empty Boolean?
I'm sorry?
Empty Boolean.
No, you can't have an empty Boolean because the Boolean has to be either true or false. You can't have anything else inside of it. Has
False,
to be
true, false, true,
either
false.
true or false. Okay. So let's look at line 6. Okay. So line 6. So what kind of value is that?
That is a integer value.
Okay. Line 9.
Line 9. That is a float value.
Okay. And what is line 12?
And 12. That is a string value.
String, right? String value. Okay. So let's skip ahead. Let's go to line 18. What is line 18?
Line 18. That is a Boolean value.
Okay. Okay. We haven't done lists. I think we did lists, but
yeah, we've done lists.
We've done lists. Okay. So a list is I gotta get a piece of paper. So a list is
like a shopping list.
It's like shopping grocery list. Now in real life, the list we would read it from top down, but when we code, the list we'll be reading the list from left to right. And then if there's more, if the list is really big, then we're going to be reading from left to right and then left to right again and left to right until we get to the bottom. But this is a very short list. So
like Harry Potter.
What does this Harry Potter? So what does this list? What kind of data is inside the list here? What kind of values are those?
Integer.
Right, those are integers. Tanay, you got to keep your face in the camera. Your face is chopped off. Okay.
Okay, how about now?
Okay, got to keep your face in the camera. Okay. Okay, so if I run let me just run this code, and I'm gonna run this code in JDoodle, and here we go here. So spam is an integer, ham is a float, eggs is a string. Now, what do you notice about the string when we print out the string? What do you notice about the string when we actually print it out? What do you notice? Do you notice any difference?
Yes. For some reason, eggs. No, wait a second. Spam equals egg.
No. Pay attention to the top.
Oh, the top?
Top, okay. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I, J, K. I think I spelled it correctly.
H, I, J, K.
So what's the difference between this string here that I highlighted, right? A, B, C, D. What's the difference between that string and then the string here when we code the string? What's the difference?
I am vegan bacon.
What's the difference between this string here and then when we print it out in the console? What's the difference?
JDoodle?
What's the difference? What's the difference between this string and the string inside the code? What's the difference? You notice the difference? This A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, and then the one that we have in the code. What is the difference? Do you notice the difference?
Code again?
If we look at line 12, what's the difference between line 12? Right? You see line 12, right?
Oh, I see. I think
and then when we print it out, what's the difference? What's the
missing
difference? Okay, missing quotes, right. So when we print the string, the quotes are stripped away. Those quotes are only for when we code, because that tells the quotes, double quotes, tells Python that this is a string, not a number, not a Boolean, not a float. Okay? Okay. So now, so a value can be an integer, a float, a string, or a Boolean. Okay?
Okay.
A value can also be what? What is the value here? What is this value?
The value is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But what is it? What do we call this thing?
Integer value.
Right, but what's the whole thing? Everything together. The commas and the square brackets, what is this whole thing here?
A list.
A list, okay? So a value can be, or let's just think of it, whatever is on the right side of the equal sign can be a float, integer, value, integer, float, string, Boolean. It can also be a list, okay? But there's something a little bit odd about this list, the value that's here, okay? Okay, so I make the line 24, I make the list, right? See that? What am I doing in line 28? What am I doing on line 28? Can you tell me? What am I doing on line 28? Do you know what I'm doing?
Equals my list. Oh wait, so
Am I copying the
my
list?
list is the same.
Do you think I'm copying the list?
No.
What do you think I'm doing?
Making
You're correct. You're correct. I'm not copying the list. What do you think's happening here on line 28? What do you think's happening?
Any differences are replaced.
No, I wouldn't say that. So your underscore list and my underscore list, those are two different variables, right? Right? Because they have different names, right? Okay. What do you see on line 34? What does this look like? What do you think's happening here? Line 34. What's happening on line 34?
Line 34. It says my list 0 equals 9.
So what do you think's happening here? What's going to happen to my list?
It's gonna change.
Right, it's going to change something. What is it going to change?
Into 9.
What's going to change with my list? What's going to happen to my list?
Well, first it's gonna change into to 9.
What's going to change in my list? What is my list going to look like?
It's gonna look like my list, square brackets, like square brackets 9.
Okay, so the first number has the index of 0. So the 1 is going to become a 9, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm printing. So here I'm printing out. I'm showing you what's inside my list, and then I'm going to show you what's inside your list. Okay. You think so? Is my list and your list? They should be different. They should be separate things, right?
Yep.
Separate variables, right? Okay. But if you pay attention here, look what happens. Look what happens here.
Oh my god.
Wait a minute. I think I did something wrong there. Wait a minute. What did I do? Okay. Did that correctly? Okay. Okay. So here on this line, right?
Yep.
This is when I created my list, right? I created my list, okay? And now here on these two lines, right?
Yep.
I have my list and then I created your list. And my list and your list, they're the same right now, right? Okay. Now here, when we get to here, I execute this code, my underscore list index number 0 equals 9. So I changed the 1 in the first position, right? The first item from a 1 to a 9, right? And here, if you look at this, right? This is my list, and that's what happened. The 1 became a 9, right? Correct? Tanay.
Yeah.
Please focus. But why is your list? Why did your list also change to 9? Because I didn't do anything. Look at this. In this line of code, right? My underscore list 0 equals 9. This has nothing to do with your list. But look, your list also changed. How's that possible? How come the one in your list also changed to 9? How's that possible? What happened? What do you think happened?
I don't know.
So you see here, look, line 34, right? Line 34. All I'm doing is changing the first item in the list, my underscore list. That right? Correct? Did I do anything to your list?
No.
No. Okay. So when I do this, if you look at line 28, right? I'm creating your list, your underscore list, right? But the way I'm creating this variable here, do you know what is inside this variable? What do you think is inside this variable, your list? What do you think is inside of it?
Square brackets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, that's very logical. That's very logical. You would think that, right? That makes sense, right?
Yep.
Unfortunately, no, it's not. It's not. So let's imagine that there's 2 homes, okay? We have Tanay's home, and then let's imagine that we have Bob's home, okay?
Okay.
But when you go inside Bob's home, you know what's inside Bob's home?
No.
The only thing that's there is one big sign that has your address in it.
My address?
It has your address, okay?
Address.
So if we imagine that your home and Bob's home are variables, right?
Okay.
And inside your variable is your name. Okay? Tanay, you got to keep your face in the camera, please. Okay? But if we go to Bob's home, there's nothing inside. The only thing inside is a sign that has your address. So what happens if I open Bob's home and I see your address? What do I do next?
You change it to his address.
No. He has his own address. So when I open Bob's home, I open the door to Bob's home, I see a big sign that has your address in it. So what do I do with your address? What would be logical for me to do?
Change it to Bob's name.
No. Let's say I have money. Let's say I have money and I want to give you $1,000, 1,000 Canadian dollars, right? 1,000 loonies, okay? As you like to call loonies, okay? I have 1,000 loonies. I have a bag full of 1,000 loonies I want to give to you, okay? So I go to Bob's home and then open it and it has your address in it. So so what do I need to do with
go over to my house and
then I need to go over your house and give you the loonies, right? Okay. So a value can be an integer, a float, a Boolean,
or
a list, or a string. What else can the value be? It can also be what?
A pointer value?
What?
A pointer value?
A pointer value? Well, I don't think you really understand what a pointer is, but you do know what an address is, right?
Yep.
Okay. So an address is like a pointer, right? Because if I have a piece of paper with your address on it, right? Right? Today, you gotta keep your face in the camera. If I have a piece of paper that has your address on it, right?
Yeah.
But that's not you, right? That's not your home. A piece of paper is not your home, right?
Not unless I'm a comic character.
I'm a comic book character. Okay. Okay. So why is it? So why do you think Python works that way? Why do you think it's useful to have so that one of the values can actually be an address? Why do you think that's useful?
So that way you can go over to another value and give it something.
Not another value, but another what?
Variable.
A variable, okay? Because you know that you know that on the right side, we can have values, but also we can have what? My underscore list, is that a value? What is that? My underscore list. It's on the right side. What is it?
It's a variable.
It's a variable, okay? So on the left side, can I have a value? Can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do 5 equals 3? Can I do that? Line 30. Can I do 5 equals 3?
No, but
No.
Master Han,
Yes.
see how 3 can be a variable.
I'm sorry?
Let's see how 3 can be a variable.
I'm sorry, I didn't get, could you repeat that?
I do not see how.
Right. 5, now in Python, can you name a variable starting with a number? Today, can you start a variable name in Python with a number, a digit?
No.
No, you can't, because that confuses Python, okay? Okay, so when I execute the code, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen when I execute the code? Will I get an error?
Syntax error.
Syntax error, right. We're going to get syntax error because you cannot have values on the left side. The left side of the equal sign cannot be a value. It can be a variable, but not a value, okay? So if I make that an X, right? That's okay, I can do that. I won't get an error message.
Syntax error, can't assign you literal.
Okay.
Oh my god, that worked. Beep, boop, beep. Boop,
Okay.
boop, beep, beep, boop, boop.
Okay, so values. So on values are always on what side of the equal sign?
Values are always on the right side.
Right side. It's always on the right side, okay?
Not the left side.
So what are all the possible values we can have on the right side? What are they? So let's start.
You can have integer value.
You can have integer values.
Float values.
You can have float values, right?
String values.
Strings, right? String values.
And Boolean values.
Booleans, right? Booleans. And we can also have what?
You can also have. That is all you taught me, Master Han.
Well, what did we learn today? Come on. Come on. What else can we have on the right side? Lists. We can have lists, right? And what is the other? You just learned something new today. What else can we have on the right side? We can have a what? What can be inside of the houses now? Inside the variable?
Yes.
We can have a list. We can have strings. We can have floats, integers, booleans. What else can we have inside of the variable? We can also have
strings, Boolean.
We just did it today. We just did it today.
An address?
An address, okay. An address to a what?
To another variable.
Another variable, okay. Okay. Do you think that's everything we can have on the right side? Do you think that's it? No. There's a lot more. There are a lot more we can have on the right side, okay? But but that'll be for another lesson, okay?
Okay.
Is your mind blown?
Not really.
Not really? Okay. So that's good. Okay, so we'll skip over and now we'll do the trinkets. I'm going to give you control. Let's see if this works. Tanay, you have your Trinket account, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I go on it?
No, let's try to share mine. Sorry, it takes some time to load up. Sorry.
Mr. Han,
Yeah.
one day can we have a class that'll be even more fun? Like we watch a movie,
I'm sorry, what?
a movie class where we just watch a movie for the whole class.
Well, the whole class is just me and you, though.
I know.
Well, when you get a chance, I want you to watch the Loom videos I'm making, okay? I'm making Loom videos now, okay?
What's the difference between Loom and Zoom?
Well, they're two different things. They're not the same. Zoom is video conferencing, and Loom is a video messaging system. So you make videos, short videos, and then you send people a link. So you have to keep in mind the videos are too big to attach to an email. So it's easier if you can just send somebody a link to a video. So the
Okay.
videos are all hosted on the Loom computer systems.
Okay.
Okay. So here, this is an example of one of the students. He took code name OFEA02. He took some of my code, and he remixed it, and he changed the background color. Okay. He changed the background color, and let's do that. Let's okay. So the background color, the command is I'm sorry, just give me 1 second. I'm sorry, Tanay, just give me 1 second. Okay, so the background color it's called, now there's a little thing, oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry, I don't know why he did this. Sorry. Tanay, 1 second. Tanay, stop moving the mouse, please.
I'm not really doing anything.
Oh, no, something is moving the mouse. Okay. I don't know why he did that, but he imported turtle twice. I don't know why he did that. Okay, so what you need to do with to change the background of the canvas is you have to create a screen. Okay? So you have to create a screen object. So do you see line 24?
Yeah.
Okay. So line 24, what is the name of the screen object?
The name of the screen object is WA.
WN, okay. So you need to create the screen object. Well, first you need to import the turtle module, okay? Then you can create the screen object. So in order to create the screen object, you have to have a variable name or object name, and then you have the equal sign, then turtle dot screen with a capital S and the parentheses, okay? After you do that, then they can use the BG color command. The BG color, BG stands for background, okay? So let's change the background from black. Let's change it to another color. You have control. Change the black to a different color.
Okay.
There's a lag, so you have to just give it a second. Nothing's happening? You can't click on anything? No, nothing's happening?
Nope.
Okay. Here, try this. Can you type anything?
Okay, let me just come back. Okay. Backspace.
Blue. Okay. So then what you have to do is go back up and then rerun the code. Can you go back up the page?
I'll try. How do I do that?
Can you scroll up? Can you scroll up?
No.
No, you can't scroll up.
No.
Okay, so rerun the code. No, nothing's happening. No, nothing.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so you changed the background color, right?
Oh my god, that is.
Yeah, you changed the background color.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I can't see.
So, okay, I'm gonna just stop the, okay, I don't know why it's just not working very well. Okay. Okay. So I have this, so we have this for loop here. Line 45, 44, 45, and 46. What does this for loop do? Can you tell me what this for loop does? What do you think it does? What can you tell me about this for loop?
It loops everything thrice.
But what does it draw? What does it draw?
It draws shapes.
Well, what kind of shape is it? How many times does this loop?
It loops 3 times, which means it's drawing a triangle.
It's drawing a triangle, right? So what would I need to change to draw a square?
Make it 4x in range 3, not 4x in range. I mean, make it 4x in range 4, not
Right, more 4. Okay,
range
4. Okay. So if I'm gonna rerun the code, and then we should see, should be all the rectangles, the triangles should be replaced by squares. Let's see if it draws any squares. Okay. No, that's no, I don't think it, no, wait a minute. I don't think it's
I think it's gonna draw a square later, because it is random.
I don't know why is it still drawing triangles? It should be drawing squares. That's odd.
I think it's gonna draw a square later.
4x in range. That's the first thing I'm telling it to do. Oh, I see the angle. I didn't change the angle. I also need to change the angle. Here we go. Sorry about that. Okay. Now it should draw squares. Okay. Do you see line 43? What do you think line 43 is going to do? Why did I code line 43?
Because it was the angle for the square.
For the square. So what's the difference between positive 90 degrees and negative 90 degrees? What's the difference?
Negative 90 degrees is 90 minus 180.
But what's the difference? What effect does it have on the squares?
It's positioning.
Okay, what is the difference between the positioning? How is it going to draw the square if it's a positive 90 degrees versus a negative 90 degrees? What's the difference?
What's the difference?
What do you think the difference is?
The difference is, well, one of them is positive, the other is negative.
But what's the difference when it draws?
Their positioning.
What about their positioning? Let's look. Let's look at the code. Look. So I changed it back to rectangles, okay? Do you notice what is the first rectangle? What do you notice about the rectangle? I mean the triangle. The triangle. What do you notice about the triangle?
It's upside down because
it's upside down.
These negative numbers.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
So what do you think? Right. Okay. So if I'm turning left positive 120 degrees, what kind of triangle should we get?
Turning left positive degrees, you should get a normal triangle. Deet, deet, deet.
Well, it looks like right now all the triangles. Oh, okay. Look. So I have 3 triangles that are pointing down, right?
Yep, and one triangle.
I have one triangle that's pointing up. Okay. So when the angle is a positive, then we end up with a triangle that points up. Now look at here. Look, I'm going to change. So this list that has a positive 120 degrees and a negative 120 degrees. Look what I did. What did I change with the list?
Negative goes down.
No. What do you, line 43, line 43. What did I just do? What kind of angle are we going to get when I turn?
Positive.
Will always be positive because I made both choices positive, right?
Negative.
The negative, I got rid of that. Okay. So what do you notice about the triangle? Let's look at the triangles. Is this pointing up or down? All the triangles, what do you think?
Up.
All the triangles should point up, right? Because I'm not turning negative 120 degrees. I'm always turning 100 positive 120 degrees. Look, it's showing another triangle. That triangle is pointing what? Up or down?
Up.
Up. So all the triangles are pointing up now. Okay? Because so it only gave it one. Okay, so now I'm changing it. So now the triangle can point, it's either going to turn negative 120 degrees, positive 120 degrees, or negative 120 degrees. Okay? So if I run the code again, and look, I have a triangle that's pointing down, right? I have one triangle that's pointing down. Okay, I have a circle, and I have look, I have one triangle that points down, that's pointing down, and another triangle that's pointing up. Okay, so it's switched from positive 120 degrees to negative 120 degrees. Okay. Okay. So. Okay. So have you been able to work on the code art project at all?
No.
No?
I don't know how to do it.
You don't know how to do it? Okay. Do you have you need to copy the code into a Trinket of your own. Do you have a Trinket of your own now?
Yep.
Okay. Can you share that with me?
My account?
Yeah, can you share that? Can you share can you share your trinket? Can you share that with me?
Now or later?
Yeah, down.
Okay, let me just go to Trinket.
Yeah.
Where is it? It's here. Trinket. I'm at the home screen. What do I do now?
Well, you have to be logged in, and then you have to open up My Trinkets.
Okay.
Well, share your screen so I can see what you're doing.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna come back to Zoom. I'm at the Zoom. Share screen. What should I? Give me a lot of options. What do I do? Share screen. This.
I don't think there should be that many options. Share screen. You have to click on the screen you want to share. It's a web browser. You're going to be sharing your web browser.
Web. Does that mean like web URL?
There's a share screen. You click on the share screen button, right? And then you click on the screen that you want to share, and then you click on the share button.
Okay, but I don't know which one to do. It says Microsoft OneDrive, Google Drive, Box, Photo, Document,
Web
Web
your web
URL.
browser. You want to share your web browser.
That's not an option. There's just web URL.
Well, you have to open up your Trinket tab first. You have to open up that page first.
Okay. And then go back to Zoom.
Then you go to Zoom, and you go to the Zoom controls, and then there's a share button, right? It says share screen. You click on the share screen, and then it'll give you a selection of windows to share.
Yeah, but there's only web URL. There's no web browser. I think screen is web browser. Share.
It's probably web browser, I guess. I have a Windows machine, so I'm not familiar with.
Okay.
Okay, right. So we're here. So where is your Trinket? So you need to click on your name.
Up here.
Right. You need to click on that. And then you click on My Trinkets, right? Okay. And then click on, what is the trinket? Where's your trinket?
I haven't made one.
Today, you have to make one. You have to make one and then copy my code into your trinket.
Okay, how do I make one?
You click on New Trinket. It's on the top right.
Python 3?
No, not Python 3. The first one. Okay, click on that. Okay, now you need to give it a name. Where it says Untitled, you need to change that to, you have to give it a name.
All right.
Okay, that's very original. Okay, then you need click save.
Save.
Okay, save. Okay, so what is the first thing we need to do in order you do turtle graphics? What is the first thing you need to do? Right, import. Right, very good. Import turtle. No dot. No, don't get rid of the dot. There's no dot there.
Okay.
There's no dot in front of the turtle module. Okay, import turtle. Okay. And then after we import turtle, what do we need to do? Well, I wouldn't call it, whoa. I wouldn't call it QWERTY, because that's gonna, why don't you just go with, whoa, why are you deleting everything? Why don't you just go with QW? Let's just go with QW. Okay, and then what do we need after QW? No. We need to create the QW object. How do we create the QW object? What do we need? How do we create anything in Python? How do we create a variable? What do we need to create a variable?
QW equals.
Right, QW equals, right. Got to get rid of the dot. Okay. Normally you would put spaces, but that's fine. You can do that later. Okay, right. Very good. Very good. And now we need the dot. Okay. Okay, very good. Great.
No, wait.
Oh, you misspelled turtle. Okay. Okay, and then what do we need after turtle? We're missing something. What are we missing?
I don't know. I forgot.
Starts with a P.
Pen up?
No.
Pen zero.
No. Parentheses. Parentheses.
Parentheses, of course.
Parentheses. Okay. Okay. Now what could now let's say okay, so let's draw a line. How do we draw a line? What do we need first? Nope. 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 How do you tell Python? No. What's the name of the object? You just made it. What's the name of the object? You just made the object. Right. So then what do we need after that? QW what?
Pen up?
No. QW, and then what do we need?
I forgot.
QW. Then we need a dot. We need a dot. We need dot. And now you can say, what do you want to do? You want to go forward, backward? What do you want to do? You want to turn left, right? What do you want to do? How would we draw a line? Okay, well, don't worry about that. Let's not move anything yet. Let's just do forward. Let's just do forward. Forward. And let's do 100 pixels. There's an R there. For FORW. Okay, let's do 100 pixels.
Forward, go to 100 pixels?
No, just 100. Something's missing.
There? Yes.
What's missing? Start with the letter P. Right, but you don't want to put a space between the D and the parentheses. They should be together. Okay. So hit run and let's see what happens. What happens when you hit run?
Cool.
Okay, so after you do that, if you want to draw a box, a square, then what do you need to do next? What do we need to do next?
Then do the same thing, but QW down 100 pixels.
Well, how do you get it to go down? There's no down command. There's only forward, backward, left, right. Backward, there's no down. You can go forward, backward, or left or right. So what should we do next? We went forward 100 pixels. Then what should you do?
QW right 100 pixels.
Not 100 pixels, degrees. Okay, let's try that. QW, right? QW. Let's turn, so it's a square. So how many degrees do we need to turn?
90.
Right, so let's do that. Okay, so let's run. And what happens?
Then
okay. Well, it's pointing down, okay? But that's okay. So are you going to type forward right for 3 more times? What would be easier to do?
Make it a for loop.
Okay. Okay, so then how would we do that? Let's do that then. How do we do that? Where do we put the for header? Yeah, let's do that.
Oh my god.
No. No. Okay. Okay, so how do we do that? For, very good. Very good. Oh, we're missing something. You can't be just for nothing in. No. For what? For something in? Can't be just for of nothing.
I don't know.
Tanay, you're not paying attention. We just did it before. For what was the other? Well, what did the code look like in the other one? For
Range.
Yeah, you got that, but there's something after the for. For we need a variable there. You need to put it a variable name. It can be anything. You can make it X, Y, Z sides. No. You don't have to do that. You just have to put the name. For, you have to put it in a variable name. For space, put in a space, and then put in a variable name. Well, Gesundheit. Okay, for TY in, right, range. Don't put a space. Don't put that space in there.
Oh, okay. 1 sec. 3, then go back here.
Well, that's not going to be a square. That's going to be a triangle. That's not even going to be a triangle. That's going to be, how many sides is this triangle going to have? Only 3 sides?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we need to have more than 3 sides. What do we need to change the 3 to, right? Okay, now after the range, we need to put we need a colon. No, that's colon. We need to put a colon in there. After range 4, we need colon.
Where is it?
At the end of range, no, not in there, at the end of it. After the parentheses, we need to put a colon. Right, colon. No,
Here.
no. At the end. Right, colon. Colon. No, I don't know. Colon.
No, wait, that's double quotes.
Yeah, that's double quotes. That's not colon. No.
Okay, what is it? I can't find the colon button.
You don't see a colon? Well, where's the semicolon? If you the semicolon and the colon, they're in the same key. On mine, it's it's next to the L.
No, on next to the L. Wait, oh yeah, this.
No, that's a semicolon.
Yeah.
Colon, right? Okay. Now with the forward and the right, you need to put 2 spaces in front of the forward and the right. Q space QW. They need to be indented. Before the QW, no. Before the QW, you need to have 2 spaces.
Here?
Before the QW, before the Q, right? You need to have 2 spaces. And also the other, right? The other one needs to have, okay. Now it'll run. Okay. Now, how do we get the box to draw so that it draws up instead of down? What do you have to change?
Wait, what do you mean draws up?
Because right now it's drawing the square down. How do we get the square to draw up?
You mean like near the top of the screen?
Yeah, closer to the top, right. What do we need to change?
I'm still screen sharing, right?
Yeah, you're still screen sharing. So you can go forward, you can go left, you can go right, you can go backward, forward, backward, left, right. So what do you think we need to change so you can have the square point up instead of pointing down? Nope, nope, nope. That's you could let's do that. Let's go backward. Let's see what happens. Let's try backward. Let's give that, yeah, let's play with that. No? Okay. So well, let's see what happens. Okay, run. Let's see what happens. No, not backwards. Not backwards. Right.
He's actually drawing backwards.
Okay. So let's go back to forward. You didn't need to type the whole, and write out, you could just change the front part. Okay. Now let's change the left to right. I'm sorry, let's change the right to left. Instead of turning right, let's turn left. Okay. Okay. Okay, now the square is drawn towards the top. Okay. You can also change the angle by making them negative, but that kind of makes it kind of hard to understand. So just by combining forward, left, forward, backward, left, and right, so you can draw a square that's pointing down or pointing up, or you could draw it on the other side. Okay. So by default, when you start to draw, where is your turtle object? What are the coordinates of your turtle object when you start drawing before you move it anywhere? What are the coordinates? What are the x and y coordinates of the turtle object?
The X and Y.
The x and y, yeah. What are they by default? Where are they? Tanay, you can stop sharing now. Oh, save your code. Save your code and yeah. Tanay, are you there?
Yeah, I saved it.
You saved it? Are you sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
It
stop the share.
says check mark save.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, you're done. So just stop the share. Okay. 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 So just by doing a for loop, just by using the for loop and changing the number of times you loop and the angle and the forward and backward, you can make a square. You can make, well, not a rectangle, because you have to do another forward back, you have to add more lines. You can make a circle, you can make a triangle, you can make a pentagon, a hexagon, an octagon. Okay. You can make lots of shapes just by knowing how to do a for loop, knowing how to do forward, backward, left, and right. Okay. Just by doing that, you can make a whole bunch of different shapes. Okay. So if you have time today and tomorrow, just play around with that, the forward, backward, left, right, and the angles and the pixels, the number of pixels, and you can make all kinds of different shapes.
Okay.
Okay. So together so today you've completed your values badge. So give me some time and you'll see a values badge, and then Thursday we'll work on your variables badge. Okay.
Okay.
So they're really the same things. They're different. They're really kind of like the same sides of one coin. You can't have variables without values, and you can't have values without variables because they work together. Okay?
Yep. This chair won't go up.
Okay. Okay, so today I'll see you Thursday, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
And by the way, the chair is here. I'm sitting on the floor.
Okay. Okay. So I'll see you Thursday, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
See you.